I thought I would just hang out with you guys for a little bit here, answer any questions you guys have got, see what's going on, and yeah, yeah, feeling strong, feeling good, ready for colored, like very ready, 102 kilos or something crazy like that right now. I don't know what's going on, everyone. I think we got one person in the chat. There we go. Two. There we go. Now the numbers are starting to come in. So yeah, guys, I don't really have too much to say today, other than I'm just going to um, let you guys hit me up for any questions you got. Good to see you, John Lou. Arm wrestling. Oh yeah, there's the viral TikTok man from Canada. Good to see you too, John, man. Lado, what's up, man? Levi88 Bosch. I don't even know what that means, but good stuff. Hi, Blue says Vukasin Beric Levant 60 says David Ward. Good morning to Tuitia. Good to see you, brother. But yeah, guys, tomorrow I'm on a plane. Lachlan Adair and we are embarking on our journey to Dubai. Dark says, hey Ryan, do you use BBC 157 for your attendance? I have used that in the past. I wasn't a fan of BBC 157. It didn't have the dramatic effect that I'd hoped. Lagia says, please top row color and laugh at his face. Lagia, I do intend on top rolling him. I don't think that I'm going to need to do anything else. My top roll is my ace. It's my biggest lead weapon. That's what he's going to have to deal with. I'm not worried about his hand. And the reason I'm not worried about his hand is I believe my wrist will be better. As good as his hand and fingers and wrist flexion may be, I believe this ridge right here is going to control everything for me. So I'm not so worried about it. I think I will top roll him. I think he's going to be super gassed, and I think I'm going to top roll him. That's my honest thoughts on how it's going to go in a basic sense. So good to see you. Vukasin Beric says, do you think you will bust Khaled's arm? Easy win for me. Vukasin, I think I will. Look, at the end of the day, I think that I'm going to. I'm facing a non-fresh opponent. That in itself, you cannot underestimate how significant that is. I genuinely think it's just it's crazy. Like if you've ever pulled in Arm Wars or something like that, where you've tried to pull a Battleground, you'll know what this is like to pull a 6-round match and then pull another one half an hour later. Is phenomenal. At the best of times, and Khaled's not conditioned to this sport. He's got a big, strong lead weapon. His hand is a problem. His intuition on the table is awful. As strong as his arms may be, he doesn't have rotation. He gets turned up, palm up all the time, and he goes into that horrific arm bar-ish looking King's move. I don't even know if I'd call it a King's move. It's just an open arm bar. That's where he goes on his intuition when he's in a struggle. And if he does that even once against Schoolboy, he's going to be wrecked, let alone 6 times against Schoolboy. I think it's going to be a whitewash. I think he's going to get crushed by Schoolboy maybe after putting up maybe 1 round worth of 1 to 2 rounds worth of fight in his hand. And then Schoolboy's technical proficiency will come through. That means Khaled will be trashed. By the time he gets to me, honestly, I genuinely am not even sure if he's going to pull me. I reckon he will pull out. Like, I feel like that is a pretty big odds, is that he will pull out against me. And then, I don't know, what I do? Does Larry step in? Does Schoolboy say, oh, I'm good enough to go too? Like, me versus Schoolboy is far more interesting if he's the victor. If Schoolboy's gone through and crushed Khaled, me v Schoolboy with the edge taken off him is far more interesting than me taking on a totally beat up Khaled. Because if he is a totally beat up Khaled, it's not going to be hard. It'll be easy if that's the case. We'll see. Like I said, this is his wish. The reason we're doing this is he asked for it. He declared that he's so strong, he's so good at this sport, despite, as in his words, never having trained for it, that he could take on not only Schoolboy but myself as well. So he's going to get the lesson. He's going to get the reality check that it's not so easy. But yeah, what else we got going on? Emmy BB says, I like that you're not afraid of taking matches like this. Yeah, look, this is a ridiculous match. This is a circus match. But I'm taking it because, yeah, I'm not afraid. And I'm also making a point. Khaled is as genetically gifted as he is, as amazing as I believe he is in a strength session. I mean, the dude can set world record grip strength straight off the bat. He's clearly genetically one of those guys that just has so much upside potential that you got to pay him respects as a human, as an athlete. But he hasn't dedicated the time and craft to arm wrestling to be able to do what he thinks he's capable of, and as fiercely competitive as he is, this is going to be a bad reality check for him. Look, the time when he pulled Schoolboy and beat Schoolboy on the after table, he's got that stuck in his mind so much. I could see it in that practice pool that happened a year or two ago, whatever it was, that Schoolboy was not firing on all cylinders. He was being polite. He was initiating without venom. He wasn't taking anything from center. He was taking a gentleman's grip, and then all of a sudden stuck. Schoolboy will win. Schoolboy will win 6-0. I think the first round will be somewhat of a fight. Khaled's hand is strong enough that it will put up somewhat of a fight, but the technical proficiencies and defense from Schoolboy, if he needs to, will be there and get the job done. Yeah, I think his hand is going to be so trashed. I think that honestly, his hand will be so trashed that there's a good chance that I'll be able to do the thing that I wouldn't do if he was fresh, which is just hold on out of straps. I think my wrist rise, like I said, will control everything, and he'll just go, he's not going to want to hook with me because he doesn't have a hook. He just wants to drag and separate. But if his hand is at all tied, easy day. JWAW. Oh, hang on. Let me go back a bit. Dark says Vitaly versus Dave. Quick prediction. My gut feel is with Dave Chafee on this one. I don't feel like Vitaly is in the form that he's going to need to be in. I think that Dave's wrist is going to separate Vitaly. I don't think that Dave is particularly top rollable in the straps. And Vitaly, all the rounds where the Dave has lost in recent times, whether it be Gennady or Morozov, have ultimately been gassed out when they've turned it inside and into the hook. That's where he's lost it. But when it's top roll against Dave's hand and wrist has looked really good. Like he crushed Kadecha, for instance. That's great evidence of his style. So I think with a slightly out of form Vitaly, in my opinion, in recent times, and the fact that he is all in on the top roll, to me says this lends itself in the favor of Mr. Dave Chafee, and I think he will get the job done. JWAW says, needs some more uploads. Arm wrestling content on YouTube is getting stale. Fair enough. Well, we're waiting for the big stuff to happen. Man, I don't follow the arm wrestling content in the social media forums like I used to. I'm not on Facebook anymore in that respect, and so I don't keep up with what's going on, and I haven't for a long time watched YouTube content. I'm predominantly just focused on creating my own content, following my own story, and my season has been an interesting one. Seeing the last 6 weeks with me traveling and all that sort of stuff meant that I haven't been sitting in my studio producing content. It's been more about just following my own stuff. But John Liu says, Dad move Khaled. Yeah, I will. If he gets that gassed, I will. I will rub it in. I intend to rub it in. If he is, if it's to that point and he's so gassed, I will slide down that man's wrist and I will dad move him and I'll talk to him in the middle of the match. That's the intent for me. Yeah, you nailed it right there, John. Lado, what is your end goal in the sport? What is the goal? My goal in the sport is to stay active in the sport until the day I die, and to reach the highest level I can as an athlete, and to reach the highest level as I can as a promoter. I would like to achieve a world title within my weight category. That's the goal that rests heaviest on me at the moment in terms of biggest priority as an athlete. But thanks for the question, man. Theo Martin, I underestimated you against Bogdan. You amaze me. Hope you crush Khaled at least 4-2. Thank you very much, brother. It's all good. It's all good. Like, yeah, you have to show how legit your sport is. Khaled should lose both. He will. He will lose both. Arm Gods, getting smashed. Keep living the dream. Dream, believe, achieve. Thank you, Arm Gods. JWAW, assuming you rematch fresh if you win, what next if you lose? If I win, yeah, I imagine he's going to want a rematch. I think that is something that is quite possible. I can see him saying that he really wants that. Particularly if I beat him really nasty. If it looks bad for him, if I'm dad moving him, he's going to be furious. So he's incredibly competitive, and I'm sure he'd want that. If I lose, it means that he's a genuine, phenomenal athlete. If he can seriously beat Schoolboy, then beat me, one after the other, man, I will bow down to that dude as a phenomenal athlete. Because look, I'm pretty comfortable with where I sit at in the sport. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm capable of. I know where my technical proficiencies and my strengths, all that sort of stuff are. I know where my weaknesses are too. But the point is, I have a pretty good understanding of where I'm at within the sport. And I think that if Khaled is above where I'm at in the sport after having pulled Schoolboy, then the dude's a phenomenal athlete, and I'll just admire him. What else we got? Oscar Maldonado. I think if Khaled can pull you, Larry Wheels is going to step in and pull you. Look, I can imagine that happening as well. Look, I'm really looking forward to hanging out with Larry. I've been working closely with Larry over the last few weeks on coaching in respect to arm wrestling technique and all sorts of stuff. And I know he's getting excited about arm wrestling again. And we've all seen his improvements. He's really looking like an arm wrestler all of a sudden. I can imagine, I can imagine Larry stepping in and then wanting to have a crack. If Khaled did pull out, I can imagine it. So you never know what's going to happen. But I'm going to be doing a whole heap of collaborations with Larry. One of the first video, I think we may even film it the day I arrive. Which will be released on my channel, will be Larry teaching me to bench press and Larry teaching me to deadlift. So who better teacher to have than Larry Wheels for something like that? That's going to be pretty awesome. Hey, there is a super chat. I just want to make sure I got it. Zachary Kugler, thank you, brother. $5 US. He says, watching your Arm Wars win was absolutely epic. What a storybook and stellar achievement. Keep being the better man, Blue. Cheers. Thank you, Zachary. Yeah, it meant a lot to me, that win. It was one of those things that had just been a long time coming, and I was very just happy that I finally did the talking with my actions rather than my words. It had been a long time coming, and I'd waited for that opportunity. So to finally get it, it meant a lot to me. And thank you for the support, man. Truly, and thank you for the super chat. Aiden Bayless says, Ryan, you're a legend. Thank you, sir. Zohar with the laughing emoji. Good on you, brother. Reva says, hi, Ryan. Gorilla Arms, don't let Khaled kick you in the face. Yeah, thankfully I've got a table between us. I know his MMA skills are far more developed than mine, and he's got the attitude of a fighter. Maybe a bit of a loose cannon fighter, but nonetheless, I don't want to be fighting this man in an actual MMA sense. So yes, thankfully there's a table between us. Powerhouse Arm Wrestling. Khaled will most likely regret calling you out after the Schoolboy match. Yeah, he will. Like I said, I don't think he has any idea what he's asked for here. He's never pulled 2 super matches in a row. His only official super match is it Larry? So the only other guy he's pulled was at the same time very new to the sport in its sense as well. So he doesn't know what he's up for. He is going to utterly be wrecked. Schoolboy will wreck him, and then what's left, I will wreck him even further. I will be dad moving him by the end of it. Is how I see it going. Khaled lost his MMA match. Oh, there we go. I didn't know that. Says J-Rock 240 to Ricardo Barley. Seems no one really gives a shit or cares to even comment on it. I haven't seen it. Shane Carey, what's up, you savage ginger? You still have shirts for sale? Good on you, Shane. Yeah, these shirts are for sale and all that sort of stuff. We got a whole lot happening through the Pound for Pound brand and all that sort of stuff. We're going to be putting more emphasis into training equipment probably in the next 6 to 12 months, but that's where we're headed. Zachary says, watching your Arm Wars win was absolutely epic. Thank you, man. What a storybook and stellar achievement. Keep being the better man. Blue cheers. Did I read that one out before? I think I did. That was the super chat. Thank you, Zachary. But anyway, yeah, man. Is it an official match or just an afterthought? Riva, it is an official match. It will be on the card. It's broadcast there. So, yeah, it's an official match. It's on State Kings. I think it's honestly. I know people are betting on Khaled because he's a genetic freak and all that sort of stuff, but man, I think this is a pretty easy decision. Where you go. Ramen AW. Hey Ryan, I love the posting top roll, but I don't necessarily have a long arm, and I also have quite a small hand. Do you think I can still find some success with this move? Yeah, you can. Definitely, man. A small hand can be a short lever, which can mean a strong stroke on the lever itself. Wrist up, twisting, dragging, dominance in the strap, for sure. Looking a little more solid. Yeah, I'm 102 kilos right now. 102 kilos. Forearms are looking healthy. Hey, what's the order of the matches? I don't know the exact order of the matches. I think Lachlan and Vitaly may open. Then Schoolboy and Khaled, or it might be the other way. Schoolboy and Khaled may open to give Khaled more time. I think that'll be the case. So Schoolboy, Khaled probably, Lachlan, Vitaly, Morozov, Dadakan, me, and Khaled, and then Dave and Vitaly. I think that's it. What do you think of Larry's left arm? Yeah, Larry's left arm. I think Larry's truly balanced in his left and right. So I don't think he's any particularly better on left. I just think he appears to be better on left because everybody else, on average, is better on right. What match are you looking forward to the most besides your own match? Good luck with the goal. Totally doable. Thank you, Lado. The match I'm looking forward to is Lachlan and Vitaly. Vitaly is the overwhelming favorite in that one. But Lachlan's he's my buddy. And I just can't wait to watch him have a crack. And he's strong. Lachlan is strong, and Lachlan's committed. And whenever you get strong and committed and excited like Lachlan is right now, you know that he's going to swing for the fences. And look, if Vitaly gets the job done, we take our hat off to him. But this is experience, this is opportunity, and that's exciting for me. Really am excited. But of course, main event, Dave Chaffee, Vitaly Latin is super interesting. Two guys that have somewhat gatekeepers of the elite level, both a little bit out of form, both looking to get back on the winner's side. I can't wait. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I just gotta let my wife know that I am home. Let me just see. She's messaging me. I just dropped my mum off at the train station, and then my wife's messaging me saying, "Oh yeah." All right, we're back. Sorry, there we go. Just had to message my wife. Okay. Am I going to be signing up for the slap contest against Khaled? Definitely not. Shane Curry, just talk with Schoolboy and make sure he is drained. JW, AW, are you concerned Khaled has quite a while to recover? Or do you see going cold as a disadvantage? I don't think he has anywhere near enough time to recover. Even if he's got half an hour, it's nothing. And it's half an hour is not enough time. His hand is going to be wrecked. It's going to be inflamed. Imagine Khaled's open King's move nonsense that he does. He's going to be inflamed. He's going to be proper sore. He's going to be stiff. His joints going to start to seize up. His hand and wrist is going to be pumped within the first 10 seconds of the setup of our match. I think I will be able to almost do anything with him if he is gassed the way I imagine he's going to be gassed after Schoolboy. A 6-round super match is hard. If you've never pulled one, trust me, it's hard. 2 is just crazy. Yeah, I agree. All right, there says Lachlan will eventually start taking names with his mindset. Yeah, Lachlan's on the verge, and it's exciting to watch him have a crack. He's a strong human, and he's unwavering in his pursuit. He wants to be a world champ. And the dude's driven, dude's talented, dude's strong. It's going to be awesome to watch him. Do I know which rules? Yeah, King of the Table rules. Yeah, King of the Table. Lagia, that's their rules. So, Jonathan Lofa, there is no way he's beating Schoolboy unless he has been training in the last year. Yeah, I agree with you. There is no way he's beating Schoolboy. Schoolboy is a larger human. He's a taller human. Sure, he doesn't have the grip strength of Khaled. That's the only thing Khaled has above and beyond Schoolboy is grip strength. But grip strength alone just means the ability to contain and hold on to somebody else. He doesn't have rotation and finishing power sufficient to overwhelm someone like Schoolboy. Schoolboy has the technical proficiencies to put in a defensive shape. I can see round one being kind of a battle in the hand between these guys because Khaled is so strong that he will be able to hold on, and Schoolboy won't be able to roll out without losing control of his wrist. So Schoolboy will do what every other good technician would do at that time, and he'll stay fundamentally strong in a good defensive position, and he'll put the onus on Khaled to pin him. And when Khaled goes to pin him, the defensive posture of Schoolboy will be too unbreakable, and Khaled doesn't have the intuition to know what to do. Then he has good intuition amongst amateurs, but he's not technically proficient to know when to move in the right direction to overwhelm someone like Schoolboy. I don't believe he can beat Schoolboy. He may take one round. If he takes one round, I'll be impressed. If he takes the opening round, I'll be like, oh, damn, wow, he is strong. I don't think he can do that. If I had to bet, I would bet that Schoolboy wins 6-0. But if I'm just betting on who wins, it's Schoolboy easy. Schoolboy will win the match. But if it's who wins the first round, it's 60%, 65, 70% likely that it's Schoolboy, in my opinion. Khaled is just going to get hooked and pinned over and over. Yeah, look, exactly. Look, all this time we're talking about what if Schoolboy does this. Schoolboy could just hook him. Schoolboy is tall enough that he could. I believe Schoolboy has all the tools, all the game that he could just set up high with pronation as a threat. When Khaled goes wrist up, Schoolboy could just go like that and defensively hook then, and Khaled won't have any finish ability at all. Hey, we are boy with a $50 super chat. Thank you, brother. That is massive. Man, thank you so much. You've written, I think Stoica would smoke Khaled, so I think you won't have any problems. I also think the weight cut made you lose the match with Ray. Otherwise, you would have won. Congrats on your win with Stoica. Man, thank you so much, Wari, for that massive super chat. You're the man. That means a lot to me. I think Stoica would beat Khaled as well. And I say that because Stoica has a very aggressive ability to force people inside. And you have to really, on a technical level, know what you're doing to avoid someone like Stoica's sudden inside threat. He can force a press on just about anyone. And certainly someone like Khaled, I would imagine Stoica would force the press comfortably as well. So it is a different stylistic match, but that said, I think I felt great against Stoica. I feel like I can lead. Like I said, for me, it's my wrist rise. My wrist rise is going to be the big problem for Khaled. And where you're at, you also think the weight cut made me lose the match with Ray. Look, I definitely want to reiterate that I have nothing but respect for Ray, and he deserves that win. I'm not in any way, shape, or form taking it away from him. All I say is I really do feel better at this weight. This is me. I won't go back to 9 kilos again. I'm 102 kilos right now. Totally different everything going on here. 102 kilos is my happy place, and I don't know. Would I beat Ray right now? All I know is I'm better right now than I was then. The rest is still up for grabs. You never know. Ray and I might get on the side table. We're both going to be there in Dubai. We're both part of the commentary team. Ray, myself, Aussie Arm Wrestler, that 3-person combo, that is your commentary team and MC team. I don't know who's doing what at what time, but that's the team. So you never know. We might get on the table together. So thank you very much, man. And really, once again, appreciate the super chat. We are your boy. You are the man. Thank you so much. Huge super chat. Soul, Aaron. Khaled actually has great table fluidity. He can seamlessly transition from inside to outside. King's move. He has a natural affinity for sport. I do agree. He has good table IQ and intuition for an amateur. And I say amateur in the sense of his ability to understand the technical nature. I'm not saying amateur in terms of the level of opponent he can hang with. Clearly, he is above a typical amateur puller in a physicality sense, but he is an amateur in the way that he understands he couldn't explain to me the intricacies of the relationship between pronation, back pressure, and side pressure, and when to supinate, when to rise, when to roll. He couldn't do those things. He's still he leaves his arm open. He's still making major errors. But I do agree that he has an ability to feel the gap and go for it. He just goes for it too much. He overdoes things. He makes errors because he gets blind and he gets excited by the pin. He's not patient. He doesn't even realize the errors that he's making yet. So, yeah. What else we got? Tasmanaut says, "Hey Trav, old mate, do you realize Khaled is the one that wanted the match? Pull your head in." I'm not even seeing Tasmanaut's, Trav's comment. So I guess it's no good. But yeah, I can certainly confirm that this match was requested by Khaled. So if you want to know the story one more time, I was contacted 2 days after the East vs West match. I was contacted. It was actually Devin Larratt who contacted me. Said, "Oh man, you're going to get a crazy call from Core Sports. Have you heard?" And I said, "No, I haven't heard." And I said, "What's the news?" He told me, and then sure enough, the next morning, Core Sports CEO Don Idris called me and said, "Ryan, we have a bizarre one for you. Khaled is pulling Schoolboy. He's declared that he is good enough to not only beat Schoolboy, but beat 2 opponents on the same night. And he wants that other opponent, he demands, in fact, that other opponent be you. Are you interested in that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so then we did, we agreed, we sorted it out, we signed the deal, and then it was a matter of marketing it. So then we strategized on how to market, and yeah, that's when you started to see me drip feed out the things like my opinion that Schoolboy was going to beat him, and that's where I said, "Look, I could beat him, let alone Schoolboy." And so then it was made, and it was drip fed out, and it looked like that. But yeah, the truth of it is this is him asking for this match because he thinks he's good enough, and I'm going to give him the reality check that he's so desperately asking for. The thing about Coach Ray is he is fully into powerlifting world, meaning he knows how to weight cut. If you have 24 hours or longer, you can cut 10 kilos to the scale. Not fun, but can be done. Jay uppercase. Thanks, man. I'm not into the weight cutting thing. I hated it. I'm not doing it again. Chad Britton, yo Ryan, give you my respect for staying positive through the troll army BS. Yeah, thanks, man. Look, it is what it is, isn't it? It's been a learning curve in itself, going through all that and getting things to just to understanding the ecosystem of what it is to be on the internet and all that sort of stuff. It's challenging, especially when I'm representing my goals and putting everything out there for everyone to see and to be critical of. But I appreciate all the support from everyone as well. It's been amazing, and to get the results on the board finally that I've been chasing with the win over Stoica, and that's showing where I'm at and what I'm capable of when I'm performing well, was a real honor, and it was a blessing to have people like yourself and others supporting me, man. So thank you very much. Shane Carey, Jake, Lachlan, and you all traveling together? No, Lachlan and I will be traveling together. We're flying out tomorrow from Brisbane, but Jake flies from Melbourne. He's a long way away from us, but we will meet him there. Please say vectors. Sport. What are you gonna chop this up and make some video of me saying vectors? There you go. Vectors. There you go. Hopefully one of them fits in perfectly for you. Tasmanaut, he's saying that you're an embarrassment to the sport because this match is a mockery somehow. Gotcha. Well, there you go. I'm glad I'm an embarrassment for you, man. Yeah, you do you, I'll do me. I'll keep growing the sport. I'll keep getting better myself. Getting paid to do it. All sorts of stuff. Loving it. Very blessed that I call this a career. Yeah, you do you, I'll do me. Ian E. Ryan Bowen, what do you think about East vs West replacement matches? Hermes versus Morozov left-handed and Kalachenko versus Zaranov. I couldn't tell you much about Kalachenko and Zaranov. I know the name Zaranov, but I don't know the name Kalachenko particularly well. So I need to look into that. Obviously, I will look into that because I'm going to commentate it. So I'll be there. So I need to get up to speed on all that sort of stuff. But I didn't catch the video from Engen last night or whatever it was where he was talking about the replacements and stuff. So was it Tobias Sporong? He's out sick or something. I need to look into it. But Hermes and Morozov left-handed. Yeah, awesome. From Cad Cuffley, how do you beat Khaled? I'm sure his arm will be pumped and depleted. Look, man, if it was fresh versus fresh, I'd be slipping. I'd be getting the straps. In straps, I will use all my posted real threat, and then I'll probably stay high with big back pressure and pronation whilst he goes to contain that. As he makes vulnerabilities, as he makes errors with his shoulder line, I would supinate. When he comes forward, I'd pronate, and I would stay really tight. I wouldn't overcommit to offense early. If I did that, I'd risk losing my wrist. I'd take a deep grip so my hand stays safe. I'd respect his hand, that I'm not going to be able to take it. So deep grip, high strap, back pressure, pronation locked on. Maintain this really strong, rigid position. As soon as he drives and leaves his shoulder open at all, supinate. If he stands back up and gets tight again, pronate. I will walk all over the dude. Technically, he's strong. He can't arm wrestle. Not on my level. Thoughts on Sergey Bogoslov versus Lachlan Adair? Yeah, that's a pretty cool match. Sergey Bogoslov, freak bicep strength is what I think of when I think of Sergey. Good match though. Be cool. Connective tissue and vector is why the GOAT will beat Levan. Levan is. I think Dennis Saplenko is going to be there. I can't wait to just. I want to group up with Dennis, side table stuff. I just want to feel that hand. I'll be super excited if I can do that. Mr. McPhee, the way you absorb the trolls is the best. Could Uncle John take a page out of your book? I love Uncle John. I seriously love Uncle John. And hang out with him, getting to meet him, working with him over the last that period of time with was awesome. There's plenty of stuff to come with me and Uncle John. Sports says, congratulations on your win for Stoica. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. Kalachenko's the guy in the monkey suit from the afterpool. Gotcha. I didn't know that, to be honest. Do I soak my hand in a bucket of rice like Matt Mast to swell it up? No. Okay. Will I ever pull RVJ? A lot of people, even Neil Pickup was trying to tell me that I should pull RVJ. Now, the thing for me is I'm really actually looking forward to the arm wrestling world determining who I face next. For a long time in the last 2 years, I have been someone who has projected my ambition and projected forward my expectation on who I should pull. And I'm really looking forward to the arm wrestling world now saying, actually, Ryan, we'd like to see you face this person based on the results that we've seen. So after beating Stoica the way I did, I am letting the arm wrestling world decide. But yes, I will have a match. I saw Chance Shaw even made mention that he would like redemption against me. And I heard that he was coming down to 220 pounds. Is that true? I don't know. I follow it closely, but I saw something of that nature. If Chance Shaw was to come down to 100 kilos, man, yes. That's a match I'd like. East vs. West against Chance Shaw at 100 kilos would be super cool. He can have his chance at redemption. All right. Jay Uppercut says, asked me, are you working on regaining your full arm range of motion in the right? You can see in your overhead press that I can lock out on left and on the right. Yeah, I agree. It is an issue. My left, there it is. My right, there it is. You can see the difference in lockout ability. It's pretty substantial. On the right, she doesn't straighten. I would like to get that back. It's the same when I do the push-ups. It hurts to get into push-up position. My left wrist goes back further than my right, but I'm trying to gradually get there. I don't know. I would like it. I'm still doing the pumpkin training when it comes to arm wrestling specifics. I don't do my left arm. When I train with the club, it's all right. When I train on my table specifics at home, it's still all right. But what I am doing left is my compound stuff. A lot of pushing going on, a lot of benching, a lot of pulling as well. So I'm doing a lot of barbell work. So obviously that's going to develop my left as well. But still my right is still getting more time. And it always will, if I'm honest. But yeah. I've made some serious head gains, says Ben Richards. Yeah, 102 kilo me is nice. I like it. JWAW, please talk about the strength coaching advice you've got. That sort of stuff will come. The stuff that I do with Sebastian or Reb will come out as it does naturally. When I get back from Dubai is when I'm going to really get into a proper season of push and pull, and we'll see what. So the month of October will be a really solid training month under the strength guidance of Sebastian Oreb. What else we got? Okay. All right, guys. What I'm going to do is I am going to leave it here. I've been live for 35 minutes. I do apologize for jumping off quick on you, but I just wanted to just do this quick little live. I haven't been live in weeks and weeks, and I wanted to thank you all personally for all the support that you guys sent me throughout the last couple of weeks, in particular as a result after the match with Bogdan. Huge amount, overwhelming amount of support. So thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you guys all again soon. I will probably go live with Lachlan when we're at the airport. When we arrive in Dubai, going to be hanging out with Larry. We're going to be, like I said, Larry's going to teach me to bench press. That video will drop pretty quickly. He's going to teach me to deadlift. We're going to do some work with him as well in the arm wrestling sense. Then, of course, King of the Table 5. Please, guys, go and support King of the Table 5. The commentary team. So can't wait to commentate with the Aussie arm wrestler. And if you want to see me dad move Khaled, that's what's coming. The later rounds of that match, maybe round 4. The round, they're best of 5. Are they best of 5 or are they 6? What are they? I think they're 6. So round 4, watch for the dad move on Khaled. It's coming. And it's going to be torture for our old mate because he's not going to like it. But anyway, he gets his wish. Arm wrestling 2, arm wrestlers back to back. It's not going to be an easy day for him. And it's going to be a lot of fun for me. All right, guys, I am out. Take care. I'll see you soon.